In the last class, we had covered some interesting points. Like we have seen how to download Node.js, and then we have worked with Node.js a lot. This kind of simple interface, complex interface, we have worked with them a lot. This is what we have seen in the last class. Also, this was the JavaScript and how we can actually execute our JavaScript queries in our terminal. This is also what we have seen. Here also, we have seen the same thing and different kinds of thing, how to declare variables, different types of variables, all the things we have seen. And I have received few submissions, and I'm very much pleased with your submissions, very much pleased with your things. And I hope you all are also enjoying the content that I'm delivering. Today we are going to actually jump into some other facts about Node.js. The actual introduction, like how we will use this Node.js to connect some modules, our front end with our back end. This is what we are going to see. That what are some built-in modules that we can use? What are all the things that we can use? So a very good or very interesting built-in module is there, and the module, to include any module, we need to use something. So I will show you. At first I will show you about HTTP module, which is a built-in module, and we can also import it in a very good way. So let me start the next part. This is our nodes series, and in this series we are going to start the next part. What we are going to do, just give me 1 minute. Let me present it properly so that you all can see what exactly I'm doing, so that you all can see. Yes, so here we go. uh, this one is initially our page. Now here we are going to write our code, and here we are going to execute the code. Today actually we are going to connect our node with our front end. So the connection part and node modules we are going to see. So I'm going to create modules. Modules is our folder, and here we are going to insert all the modules. Now this folder is created. Now inside this folder, I'm going to create a file, and the name of the file is definitely, it is a JavaScript file. Whatever we are going to do, almost everything will be JavaScript files. So and the extension for JavaScript file, you all know, it is .js. So I will write this time uh, module1.js. I have written this module. Now in this module, what exactly we are going to do is, to import any module, we need to use a specific thing that is require. I'm writing it. Whenever you want to import any module, to import any module, we need to use require. This is what we are going to use right now. When we are going to use this require, then we can import any module. How? So there are basically few built-in modules. How many built-in modules are there? One is HTTP module. We are going to see it. We have URL module. We will see that later. And we have file system module. So file system, or generally it is a file system, or it is FS module. File system or FS module. This is what we have. Now we will include this module, and we will see the practical implementation, that what exactly we can do and how we can easily create a server, how we can create our first server. So let's create a server. This code is all about create your first server, so that you can use your computer as a server. This is the first code that we are going to do. I will initialize this. I will initialize our HTTP module. So I will use var, or you can use, I will use var, or you can use const, or you can use let as well. So I will use var HTTP. I need to import this module at first, and I'm going to use this require keyword, and then I'm going to specify this HTTP module name with the require, with this require. All right. So now it is done. After that, I can create a module. This is the name of the variable. I can create the module now. How I will create? I will just write http dot create server. So I'm creating a server. And how I will create this server? So this create server, what is this? This create server is a function. Now here I should pass multiple things. Inside here also I need to pass a function, and this function will take two arguments. One is request and another one is response. Okay, so what is request? Whenever I will write something in this search bar, this is the browser, and in this browser whatever we are writing, whenever I will write something, this will be our request. And this request will be sent to this page, and from this page we are going to give some response. This is about request and response. Now, when we have access to this request and response, we can create our server. So this request and response, these objects are very important. I hope you got it, that whenever I'm writing something or typing something in this search bar, that is called the request. I'm requesting something. So just like I'm texting you and I'm asking you for 100 rupees. So that is like I'm borrowing 100 rupees from you. That is the request I'm doing. Now you can or you cannot respond as well. That is completely up to you. You can. Suppose I'm expecting that you are responding. So what will be the respond? The respond will be you will give me 100 rupees. That will be your respond. And how that will work? That is also very easy. That will work in like it will send something. So I have created this function. Now in this function, I need to give curly braces. You know about JavaScript functions. We can also use like anonymous functions as well, only without even using this like arrow function is there, different kinds of things are there. I have preferred to use this function. Now what I'm going to do and what I'm going to write now, this create server, this generally inside here we can write something, or we can directly we can actually write some text to our browser, or without even writing we can directly import some HTML file as well. That is also possible. What here I'm going to do, I'm just going to write some very simple text. That is what I'm going to write. So to write that, we need to tell that this content or this particular file is our HTML or text kind of file. We need to tell that. Can you remember, guys, in our HTML sessions, whenever I have any index.html file, I need to tell that this doc type, this document type is HTML. I guess you all can remember about that. So when I'm importing any style sheet, so I guess you all can remember in our CSS sessions, I need to tell that, okay, this is what file I'm importing, the link, this is a style sheet. This is the style sheet. Okay, the relationship, it is a style sheet. This file .css file, it is a style sheet. So I need to specify that. Now here also I need to tell that this right head or this content, this type will be a HTML or text file. Let's write it. So our respond, so whenever I will do a request, and also where I will make the request, so where I should start listening, this will start listening in the local host, and local host I can specify the port number as well. So I will specify the port number as any random port number I can specify. Let's say generally programmers love to use this 8080 port number. Why they love to use this port number? Because in most of the cases this port number is free. Some port numbers are already preoccupied for MySQL. Some port numbers are also already in use about with some other documents. So generally programmers love to use this port number, 8080 port number. That is what we are going to use. So I'm using this port number. So whenever I will write localhost colon 8080, whenever I'm going to write that, it will make the request. Where it will make the request? To this particular server. This is where we are creating the server. It will make the request here. Now after it will make the request, we are going to give some respond. So I will write this respond res dot right head. So right head is again a function. Generally the by default values you can see here, it is like sends a response header to the request, it will send some response. What response it will go, and there are some error codes. This generally 200 means yes, everything is working fine. We can specify some other values as well. So here 200 will tell us, we will discuss about that. So generally 200 means everything is working fine. And content type, what is the content type? Here it will be either a text or HTML file. Currently we are going to work with only text file. Okay, so I will just hit this, I will hit this colon, semicolon, and then I'm going to write what text I'm going to write. So you need to pass res.end. You need to write res.end, that is response.end, and then you need to write that what exactly is the response that you want to write. So you can write this is our first server. This is our first server. All right. So what I have done. Let's get an overview. I have imported this module. Okay, you can see I have imported this module. Now, after importing this module, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a server. I have created the server. I'm I'm calling this request and response objects. This request is basically the request that we are making, and based on the request where we are making at port number 8080, localhost port number 8080. Based on the request, it is going to give a success message. Okay, everything is working fine. If you are interested, you can work with different error codes also, like 400 or 404, error 404, error 504, error 304, 200. That is fine. Different codes are there when everything is fine. So just like green signal, red signal, yellow signal, it is just like that. So you can specify that. And what message I'm specifying here, I'm specifying just a simple text message that this is our first server. So let's write it here. Let's write localhost 8080. Let's write it here and let's hit enter. You can see it is just moving and moving, and this is the oracle's page. Like by default, the oracle's database is taken by 8080. We will override it. So I need to run it. You can see that I'm not getting what I was expecting. So I need to execute it at first. How can I execute it? I will go here and I will at first minimize everything. I will open this modules. I will right click here. I will open with terminal, integrated terminal. Now I have this terminal. This is opened. I will kill this terminal, and in this terminal I'm going to write I'm going to write the thing that we had started. What we are going to write? We are going to write node how to execute any JavaScript in our console. I guess all can remember space node space file name. What is the file name? module1.js. This is the file name. Let's hit enter. Hit enter, and you can see something like is running, but we cannot see what exactly is running. So I will go this time here and I will refresh this page. And when I am refreshing this page, you can see localhost 8080. It is telling us this is our first server. So guys, can you note this one? That yes, it is actually we are getting what we are getting. We can actually do that. Whatever where we had started our where we had started our server, we are actually getting our server. And not only that, we can also uh, what we can do, we can also write this particular thing that yes, we are actually creating the server. We can actually write this as well, that we are actually executing this one, we are actually writing this one. So how can we do that? After writing all these things, let's at first stop this execution by control and C. You can hit control and C and the execution will stop. Then here you just write a console log message. What you will print? That server is This is where your server is running. You can easily write that, and it is where, or you can also specify HTTP localhost 8080. This is where your server is running. Now you can actually rerun this one, and you can see server is running as HTTP. This one you can control and click here. Whenever you will press, you will control and click. You can see the server is running is like this. This is where our server is running, and I can change this also. I can change this our first server from this one to, we can change it to a H1 tag as well. So I guess we can do that. I need to check that. So I will cut it. I will write a H1 tag. How to write a H1 tag? So that's why I had like we had done a lot of coding in our notebook. I guess you all can remember H1 tag. And here we are going to write, this is our first server. Okay, so I have just wrapped this is our first server within this h1 tag. I have just wrapped this. Okay, let's stop the execution and let's re-execute it. Server is running at port number this one, so I have clicked, this is opened. If it is not opened, then you can see that it will be open, and let's refresh this one. So is this a h1 tag, guys? Is this our h1 tag? Yes, this is our h1 tag. So in this way we have created our first server, and not only this text, we can create whatever we want, right? Whatever we want. So now, are you able to understand what we had done? If you are able to understand till this part, just let me know. Yes, let me know in the chat section. And I'm really sorry, actually, if you are trying to say, anyone is trying to say something, I will unable to hear because the speaker is not working. I don't know why. And if I connect the speaker, I cannot connect the earphone as well right now because I am using the external microphone. So is it clear for everyone, guys? Let me know. Very good, guys. I'm proud of you all. Very good. So take a moment to think about this code. Take a moment to think about this code once. I'm showing you the code right here. The code is right here with you. So now let's take a moment to think about this code, because everything will be based on this code only. We are going to do everything based on this code only. Guys, please take a moment to think about this code. So the thing that now we are going to learn, guys, is how to actually host your HTML template. How we can actually create our HTML template for uh, like we can actually create HTML template, and we can write everything, actually host the HTML template in this web page using this node server. We will run this server and everything will be there. How we can actually do that? Now generally these things are a little bit complicated things, but these things are little bit complicated thing, but we are going to learn in a different way. We will not learn directly. We are not going to learn about, we're not going to learn about the entire part. We're not going to learn about uh, normal in the normal way. We are going to learn in a different way, in a complete different way. And that is like, we are going to follow some view engine pattern that you will actually use in your real life example. Now this is a very good example for the clarification purpose. I guess that is clear that how we have generally created the server. Now whatever I will do, I will not use the simple HTML format. You can go in the internet and you can read about it, but still I'm giving us a simple overview. We are going to use EJS. We are going to use EJS. So here, let me write it. We are going to use EJS, which is embedded JavaScript. I guess the screen is also visible. You can see embedded JavaScript is EJS. And why we are going to use that? We are going to use this EJS because the reason are written here. Development time is very fast. You can use plain JavaScript. You can include some variables. You can write everything there, and we can debug also in a very good way. There are also other features like we can separate the code and we can focus on the main functionality. So that's why it is just like HTML. There is no difference with HTML. Just there are some extra functionalities. You can exactly write the HTML code and still that will also work. But if you want, you can also add some other functionalities as well there. That is the main difference, or that is the benefit. So if you know HTML, you know EJS, guys. Believe me, if you know HTML, you know EJS also. So I will go here. I will close this one and I will create a new file. So I will create the new file as let's say module 2. I will create this module 2 right here. Or this time I will create a complete web application. Let's create a complete web application here. I will create this one, a new folder. And in this folder, I'm going to create app, my app, or simply app. My app we are going to create. Okay, so in this my app, the first thing I'm going to create the server. So let's create the server.js file. Let's create the server.js file. In the server.js file, what I need to do is here I need to initialize our project. I need to initialize our project. So guys, whenever you need to initialize your project, please remember, go to the terminal. This is a step that you have to remember. You have to write npm init and -y. You can only write npm init, that will also work, but generally you have to write npm init -y. When you will write that, you can easily initialize your project. Okay, now let me hit enter and you can see whenever I will hit enter in this directory, in this directory, in this my app, our project is initialized. A new package.json file should be created. Now, why it is not here? No. Okay, just a minute. npm init. Okay, so there is some problem. There is some problem with npm init. I don't know what exactly is the problem. We need to check that one. There is some problem with npm init. Let me open this folder separately. I think you have opened the terminal for module folder. Okay, yes, that is the reason. That is the reason, guys. Very good. That is the reason. So I have to open this terminal. At first, I have to close this one. And there I need to open this terminal. So I will write npm init -y. I will write npm init -y and I will hit enter. So now it should, the package.json should be there. Yes, you can see this package.json file is there. In modules also, I have this package.json because there already it is created. So this package.json file is empty right now. Now I need to import some modules also here. And which module I should choose? So the first module that we need is Express, because Express is our middleware. The reactions are so cool. So I need to import some modules. I will need this time npm install, and the module that I need is Express. Express is basically a middleware that will help us to connect all the things. We are going to actually create the Express application using Node.js. So I will hit enter and it is going to install this module. It is going to install this module. It is done. Now we are going to install EJS module. So I will write in npm install EJS. This module is also what I need to install. So I will hit enter. EJS module is also going to install. So if you are interested, so you can go here and you can learn about this module Express. You can learn about this Express.js, which is also a JavaScript package. Using this, you can create web applications very easily. So EJS also, this is embedded JavaScript. We are going to use that only in our folder. So in package.json it is like the JSON object. We have the name of our application, the version, everything is there. Now like some special things for our server.js file. We are going to actually create our server. Creating our server using our HTTP module is very easy. This time you are going to see how we can create our server using Express. So I guess creating a server using HTTP module is way too easier for you all. This time you will see some process where it is much more easier than HTTP also. Here, what you are doing, you are creating. I'm writing a comment. What we are going to do, we are creating Express web app. This is web development. So we are creating web app using JavaScript or Node.js. So Node.js is also JavaScript framework, not JavaScript's library only. Using Node.js, we can create all the things. So Node.js will help us to run everything right here. So this JavaScript, all these things are packages of our JavaScript only. Express web application we are going to create. So I have, how to import a module. We have to use the require keyword. So I am going to use the require keyword. Okay. So let me import this module right here. How can I import this module? I will create var, or I can create const. I will write express is equals to require express. I have just installed our express right here. And now I'm going to create the application, that web application that we are going to create, which is app, which is equals to express. This is what we are going to create. Now I need to tell that what view engine I am using. I need to tell our Express application that what view engine I am using. View engine basically means like which template engine or what exactly is the thing that we are using. We need to tell that. So what here, which view engine we are using? We are using EJS view engine. So we need to tell that we are actually using this EJS. So I will set the view engine. So this is what I'm going to set. Guys, just a minute. I'm having a phone call. Just a minute. All right. So we need to tell that which view engine I am using. So like which template I'm going to use and all the information. So which template, guys, I'm going to use? I'm going to use EJS template. We can also use HTML template also, or there is a something called PUG template, PUG template. We can use that also. But here I will show you which is industry preferred. So industry right now they are actually requiring this EJS template only. That's why I'm going to share that I need to write which view engine, view engine setting. So I'm going to set that. How I will set that? I will just write app dot set. I'm going to set our view engine, and what I'm going to set? I'm going to set the view engine. I'm going to set the view engine. And what is the value for this view engine? EJS. This is the value for this view engine that we are going to set. Okay. So this is the value. Now we have successfully, I have told this JavaScript file that this is a project. How I had told that one by writing npm init minus pi. I have initialized a node project. Okay. npm init minus pi. I have initialized the node project. Now I have installed Express and I have installed EJS also. By that, what I had done, after installing JavaScript, what I had done, I have imported that one. How to import? Using require, I have imported this Express. I have created this app. Now this app will be the application that we are going to execute. I have also I have also told the compiler that we are going to use this EJS templating engine, the embedded JavaScript we are going to use. This is what we had done so far. Now we have to do some routing. Now we are all set. We are all set to start. Actually, without even doing any routing, I will show you the routing as well because that will be very interesting for you. But even without doing the routing, also you can learn. We can just write app dot listen. We can just write app dot listen, and there we are going to pass the port number where we are. So I will be writing any port number. Let's write 3000. I'm just going to write app.listen. So where I'm going to listen, I'm going to listen at port number 3000. So you can write a console message. This is up to you. You can write or you cannot write. This is completely up to you guys. I'm again telling you, this is up to you. I will write app.listen 3000. Now what? Now I need to write it so that I can directly click there and I will be on my browser. So I will just write server is listening on port 3000. This is also what I can write, or on or at http localhost 3000. Okay, this is where we are right now, but this is just our web page is running. Will it give us any result? Definitely not, because we have not specified that. So to specify that how to include our HTML file, we need to do two things. At first, we need to work with the response, because here we are only receiving the request. We are listening to the request, that in this port we are going to listen to the request, but we are not doing anything with the response. So I need to receive from where I'm going to receive the response. So from app.get, I will get this backslash. I will get this backslash, and there I'm going to receive this request. Um, I will just use this callback function. In this callback function, also you can write normal function as well with request and response as parameters. And there you are going to write your request, or like what will be your response. So what will be your response? You will respond in the response. You will render a web page. You will render a web page. Which web page you are going to render? You are going to render index page. Now index page is not simple index page. By default, it is index.ejs because we have specified. That's why there is no need to specify it again. .ejs. Now index page there in your file system? Definitely it is not there. So go here, and in this my app folder, go here and create your EJS file. So it is index.ejs. Hit enter and this file is created. Just a simple HTML file, just a simple HTML file. And here I will write home. Here I'm going to write home page. Okay, so I have written home page here. Now in this body part for better illustration, I will write h1 inside h1 tag, and I will do everything in center. I will do everything in center. So what I'm going to write, I'm just going to write first express app with EJS template, which with EJS template. This is the first our Express application with EJS template. This is where we are, what we are going to do. Now done. That is also done. Now what is our task? I'm going to write some p tag, paragraph tag, and I'm just going to do a lorem. I'm just going to do a lorem 20. Okay, so this will just basically give us some random text so that we can populate our web page. I'm also going here. I'm also going to give the style. I can specify the style. As you know, I will specify the style of body, as I will style it. The background color that I'm going to specify will be the background color that I'm going to specify. It will be, let's say, gray. It will be gray. Okay. Now this is also all, we are all set to go here. In the server file, we have specified this index. This index file is also created. We have specified the view engine as EJS. We have written that we are listening to port number 3000. Here also we have written everything. So we are all set. This is, and also here I have written, this is our home page. So in this title we have written this is our home page. So instead of this localhost 8080, this bad text, we can have our home text, beautiful home text. So what I will do, I will go here. I will write what I will write node. I will just write node the server.js. Rather, since this is our project, so now we can write something. We can write npm start. When I will write npm start, because this is your node project web application, you can now write npm start since you have initialized your project. So now you don't need to write the node only. You can just write npm start and you can hit enter. When you will hit enter, so you can see server is listening at port number 3030. You can go here, not 3030, it is 3000. 3000. Hit enter. Okay, so we have some error. All right. So we have some error. We have to check where we had made the error. Where it is telling failed to look up index in the views directory. Okay, the reason behind it is we need to specify a directory here as well. We need to specify the views directory here. We need to create a directory, that means a folder, a views directory we need to specify, and in this views directory we need to specify this index. This is the by default. We can actually change that also, but we can go here and we can write in this format only. Now, since it is done, now I think it should work. I will close this. I will close this. I will re-execute it once again by npm start, and it is done. So this time I will refresh it, and here we go, guys. Here we go. Can you see it that this is the first node application with Express app, Express middleware, EJS templating. EJS templating is nothing but your simple HTML template. So even just I specify here the background color, background, I will only specify background, linear gradient or light blue. I will comment this one. I will refresh it here. This is light blue. So guys, can you see this is just the HTML template, just the HTML template, and we have successfully created our middleware. And this is everything we are doing with Node.js. Now everything you will tell me that everything we were doing in using HTML also, then why do we need that? We need it because you can see I have just made a very little change, and when I refresh this page, it is working properly. That's why it is live. This web page is live right now. Whatever changes we are going to make here, everything will be instant. And not only that, we can create some routes. Not only that, we can store the variables inside these files. Not only that, we can connect to the database. That is the main part of our learning. That is what we are going to learn after all. So this is how we have created successfully the first node application using npm init. Then we have installed the Express, which is our middleware. Then we have installed EJS, which is our templating engine. Then we have written our code. So is it clear, guys? Let me know in the chat section. I'm waiting for your response. Is it clear? And isn't it so simple? Just you need to remember a few things. Isn't it so simple? So guys, please let me know who else have understood it properly. What about others? There are 8 students and only 4 students are responding. I want the response from all of you if you have understood properly, guys. Okay. So now let me show you that the routing part that we can do very easily. So routing is very simple here as well. We can create few buttons here. Now let's customize this HTML page a little bit. Let's customize. This is our home page. Let's customize it. In the center, I will have, I'm going to create a simple, I'm going to create some buttons. So in the first button, or not buttons. Okay, so let's create some buttons only. I will create a button, or let's forget about button. I will just create some anchor tag. Here it will go to about slash about. Now here I'm going to write about us. Okay. Then I'm going to write a beer tag. Next, we will go to contact us page. Contact. So here it is contact us. Contact us. Next, we will go to, let's say, uh, register page. Register. So this is a registration. This will be a registration page. And then we are going to write login page. Login page. So few pages are there that we are going to write. So if we refresh this one, if you refresh this one, you can clearly see it. And you can also add some padding. You can add some padding here. Padding is equals to, let's say, 10. pixel. Okay, guys, I don't think this will work because I need to write it inside. I need to write it inside our style. In this way, it will not work. So I need to write style, or directly I can go here in this. After this body, I will collect this A, and I will give some padding, and padding as 10 pixel. Why it is not okay? So we have, I guess we need to refresh it once again. Let's check it now. Okay, it is not working. So let's do one thing. Let's add padding here only. Style, style, and I'm going to add padding. I'm going to add padding, padding top. I'm going to add as 10 or 5 or 10 pixel. Okay, this is what I'm going to add. Now this time it should work. If I again start the server, this should work. I will refresh it. Okay, I don't know why it is not working. If you have any idea, you can also suggest me. I don't know properly why it is not working. It should actually work. But okay, so let's consider this. Let's forget about it for now. I don't know why, because we will not waste any time. But I don't know why it is not working. This should work actually. So we will focus on it later. Rather, I will show you the functionalities that whenever I will click here in the About Us page, you can see we are going to we are going at this. When I will click in the About Us, I'm going to the About. So it is telling cannot get about. Why? Because have we declared this localhost 3000 slash about here? No, we have just declared only slash. So when it is after slash, there is nothing. I have declared that case only. So now let's discuss this about us page. So let's copy and paste it here, and let's discuss about this about. This is what is called routing. We are doing the routing here. Just like we are creating the route. So that is called routing or routing generally. So about in the about page, I'm going to create another about page. Okay. And I'm just going to create another about us page in our views. By default, remember the default directory. I'm going to create about dot ejs. Okay, so in this ejs, I'm going to create a HTML template, and it is not document. It is about us page. This is our about us page. After this about us page, what will be written in h1 tag? H1 tag, it will be about us page. So guys, I will just show you only this about us page, or then you can actually write all the things about yourself that you are creating this about us. All these things you can write it. So let's write the about us page, and let's change the color. Style, color, red. I will just do in this way. So now this time I have created the route. Now I will go to my home page, and there if I click on this about us page, okay, it is still not working. I need to reload this server because I have made some changes. So I am going to reload this server, and I can now actually go to this localhost 3000. Then I can actually click about us and you can see this about us page. Now you can actually write whatever you want to write in this about us page. And whenever you are making some changes, actually you need to you need to like reload this server sometimes, then it will work properly. And if you want to, if you don't want to reload this server, if you want, whenever you will make some changes, automatically your server will detect that. That can also be done. That can also be done uh, using our Node.js. That can also be done using, there is a module called nodebon, and in the nodebon module we can definitely do that. Okay, this is what exactly we are going to do. Now I will create the other another route and I will just show you. This one is the last routing example that I'm going to show you. So I will create another route. I will write the contact us page, or let's say the registration page. So what is the registration page? In the server or in the about or in index page, I had written it is register. It is register. So I will copy it from here. I will go here. I will paste it here. The register. So I will paste it here. And now I'm going to create a new file in our views. In our views, I'm going to create the file as register.ejs. All right. And I'm going to stop this execution. I'm going to stop this execution. Now in this file, again, I will create the HTML template, HTML5 template. I'm going to create this HTML5 template. Now this is our registration page. This is our registration page. In this registration page, this time I will create the registration form very easily because I have already created a registration form. If you guys can remember, this time I will not create, I will not waste any time. I will just go in my index 2 where I already have the registration page guys. I guess you all can remember, or in my index 1 file. If you have studied all the previous lessons properly, so guys, you can remember that everything we had done. Where I should go in this table, this registration form is there. I have this table name, I have this table data. So from here, I will copy from here. I will go and we are done. So I have to go a little more. Need to go a little more. And here, I think, okay, this is the entire part. I don't think so. This is the entire part. Okay. No, this is the part from here to this table. I will copy this part and I will go to my register.ejs folder file and I will paste it. So guys, I guess you know about this form creation using table. Inside table, I have created the form tag. Inside there, I have table row and table data, table row and table data. I have created it earlier. So this time I will not write it again. That's why I had done just the copy paste, but I will request you to actually do it properly. Okay, so this time I will go to this registration page. I will click here and you can see the registration page is well structured. Name, roll number, mobile number, everything is very well structured. Email, password. Since I had already done this one, that's why I'm not doing it again, but I will request you to do it actually. Okay, so in this way, I have created my routes, and in each and every page, I can create the routes for other pages also. Like in this page also, there can be a nav bar. That's why we have the concept of navigation bar. I can navigate from one page to another page. Here also, I can go from this page, then I can go to this contact us page. You can create the contact us page. You can create the login page in the same way. Now, guys, can you create everything with the help of servers? Isn't it very easy? Like, I think it is very easy. You just have to create this server. There you need to install this EJS, and then you need to you have to create the instance of this Express app. You need to set the view engine, which is EJS, and you can start your routing for each and every page. When it is this page, then you will go here. When it is slash about, you will go somewhere else. When it is register, you will render. Rendering means you are rendering one template. I guess now you can do it in a very good way. Then you are listening to some port and your log, this is also listening. So this kind of thing is happening. So isn't it very easy, guys? Now can you do it on your own for the contact us page and for the login page? One, guys, write in the chat section if you can do it. So if you have any confusion, if you have any problem, guys, you can let me know. If you have any confusion, any problem, whatever we have discussed today, you can let me know. I'm stop sharing my screen then. So guys, if you have any confusion, and I'm stopping the recording also. I hope it is clear to you. You have any confusion, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can call it a day.